Hey folks, Jason Galbraith here, buyer specialist on the Mayer-Harman real estate team. This is a video for the buyers out there. It's 2023. We're in an environment where the Bank of Canada just announced a freezing of interest rates. Maybe you had a home purchasing goal 2 or 3 years ago when COVID started, and then COVID started seeming to dissipate, and then we got into a rapidly increasing interest rate environment, and maybe you lost all hope. Well, the situation has changed. We've seen prices in the GTA come down 20 to 30%, lended amounts have decreased proportionately, and we have seen interest rates for the first time in approximately a year be announced that they are leveling off. So the next step is, how do I get this goal underway? Well, the first step is you contact your local real estate professional, ideally the Mayer-Harman team. And this is what would happen. The real estate agent would invite you into the office and you'd have no strings attached consultation. We would talk about our services, what we can do for you, what showings look like, how does it structured, answer all your questions, first time home buyer rebates, land transfer tax calculations, referral to a mortgage broker, lawyer, contractors, home inspectors, you name it. They're going to go over their value proposition and what they can do for you, and they're going to demonstrate their knowledge and expertise with homes and the beginning to end of the transaction. What's going to happen is in Ontario, by law, someone submitting an offer needs to be represented by a licensed registrant. This means agency needs to be established. Typically, this is conducted through a buyer representation agreement. The typical term is about 6 months. It's important to know that when you sign a buyer representation agreement, you're actually signing a contract with the brokerage. It's not an obligation to buy, but during that specified period of time, if you purchase, you'll be purchasing through that brokerage, through the representative that is established on the buyer representation agreement. So you've established agency, we are in love, we have a professional relationship that's set out. Now it's time to go see homes. During your consultation visit, you would have acknowledged what are wants, what are needs, what are locations that are shining, and what are neighbors that you don't want to be in. What is really important to you? A buyer's agent is going to listen to all this and factor all this in when they set you up on a search, and when they're keeping an eye out for coming and going inventory for you. What's going to happen is we're going to assess your wants and needs, but what's really going to dictate this search more often than not is budget. When you're shopping for a house, it's all about the numbers, people. Numbers, numbers, numbers. It's one thing to buy a house, but then you got to hold that house. You need to be able to carry that mortgage and the additional cost of living and utilities and taxes month over month. So it's important that we know our limit and we're staying within it. At the Mayer-Harman team, we work with awesome mortgage brokers and financial specialists that can help ascertain where you should be staying in, what lane you should be staying in, and how we keep you safe and responsible. Price is going to dictate ultimately the neighborhood we can afford, whether we're looking for a detached or a townhouse or a condo, what have you. In real estate, it's about getting into the market. And unlike our parents' generation where, you came out of high school, you got on the manufacturing line and you were able to buy a 4-bedroom detached 2-car garage, those days, unfortunately, people are over. It typically will require a millennial 3 to 4 houses to get to the forever home. It's a stepping stone process, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. So we're going to be looking for homes. Your agent's going to set you up on a search. You're going to be liking and identifying what you need. And especially as we get into a more aggressive environment, being in the spring market, it's imperative that if something's resonating with you, you got to inform your buyer specialist right away so they can conduct the necessary inquiries and book you that showing while it's still available. In a previous video, I discussed what is negotiated in an offer. There will be an embedded link here. I encourage you to watch that video separately, but then we're in negotiation mode, okay? We're gonna see if there's a deal to be made and what we can do. Once a deal is accepted, the next thing that's gonna happen is deposit. Deposit is typically due within 24 hours, 1 business day of a conditionally accepted offer, assuming a condition was in that offer, and that is submitted to the listing brokerage's trust account. Okay, important to know the trust account takes that money really quick. However, if you ever pull out of the deal under your condition, it takes usually about a week or 2 to get it back. Once you get your deposit submitted, you're going to be in your conditional period. Again, presuming you have conditions. Usually that is anywhere from 3 to 5 business days, depending on the property and the situation. At that time, your deposit is still protected. Say you satisfy all your due diligence, you're ready to move forward, this house is going to be ours, we know that this is a responsible purchase, you are going to waive that condition through either an amendment, a waiver, or what's called a notice of fulfillment. Once that deal is firm, we are now officially in a period called escrow. Escrow is very much a lawyer and mortgage broker financer show. They're sorting out the monies, the distributions, the amounts, and all that good stuff. Now, then finally, before you know it, it's going to be closing day. Okay, it's an exciting day. It can be a nerve-wracking day. A lot of people will be woken up at 9 o'clock a.m. on the Thursday. Usually closings don't happen on a Friday. I can explain that in another video. But say you wake up first thing in the morning, you're ready for it to close, and you'll be biting your nails all day until you get that call right at the end of business day that it has finally closed. Very rarely do I have closings happen before noon, is what I'm trying to convey. When the lawyer gives you that call in the post-COVID environment, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be giving you the lockbox code. So when you show up to the house, you can input that code into the lockbox, open the lockbox. There are the keys to your brand new house. Congratulations, you are officially moved in. Once you are in the house, a valuable real estate team, that's not the end of your relationship with them. In fact, it's only the beginning. At the Mayer-Harman team, we always say that we come with the house. So whether that be you need ongoing client care and referrals for contractors, labor, you have questions about things and notices that get sent to you by the city, neighbor disputes, you name it. A real estate agent is far more of a resource than simply just knowing house values in your neighborhood. I hope this helps. Best of luck to you out there, and take care, buyers.